last but not least, we are going to rotate our shape ABC 78 degrees clockwise around the point Q. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to take one of my vertices of my triangle and I'm going to connect it to point Q. I'm going to choose to do point A here. Actually, you know what? I used point A last time, so let's try a different one. I'm going to choose point C here to be the one that I connect. So I'm just going to use my ruler. I'm going to connect point C to, vertex C to point Q. So I chose that one. Now, I could have picked any of those, so I just chose to use C here. And now I want to think about from this line, if I'm going clockwise, should I go to the right off my line or to the left off my line? Well, clockwise goes like this. So from my line, I want to go to the right. Personally, I always like to set up my angle. My angle is going to come off of the corner at Q. I like to set up the baseline to be flat on my page. So I'm going to turn my paper. I'm going to set up my protractor so that the dot is the corner's at 0. The 0 line is matching up with my line CQ. And then I'm going to use the outside set of numbers here because that's where 0 is. And I'm going to read out to 75, 76, 77, 78 degrees. And I'm going to put a little mark right there at 78. And then I will use my straight edge of my protractor to connect 78 degrees right there. So now this is a 78-degree angle. So what that means is I'm going to move and rotate point C until it shows up on the new line. That's the kind of rotation that I want to be doing here. So now I need my patty paper. I'm going to copy my entire triangle ABC. I'm going to label it as ABC so I clearly know which lines are what. So that's my triangle. Then you can choose to do it one of two ways. I can think about that point C was on this angle, so I need to turn until point C gets onto this angle, or you actually even draw in this line. This is the special line that you're then trying to line up on the new line. So then we take our pencil as our pivot point. I'm going to move my hand. You're going to hold your pencil as the pivot point, and then you rotate your patty paper like so until it matches up so that point C and that line are on one another. I moved my patty paper a little bit, so let me refix that there. And so then this is where I would want to retrace. However, I need that lead or that graphite on the back side of my patty paper, so I'm just going to trace over on the back so that I have graphite on the back side of my patty paper. I'm only tracing over the triangle because that's the shape that then I want to copy down. So I've traced over the triangle. I'm not trying to put my image there, so I'm going to cross that off. I'm going to go back here, hold my pencil down, rotate, 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 rotate until right there. Perfect, that looks good. So now I trace over A to B, B to C, and then A back over to C. Then I'm going to leave my patty paper right there so I can think about where each letter would be. Here's B prime, here's A prime, here's C prime. And then I'm going to use my laser accuracy ruler to make sure that this transformation looks near perfect. Beautiful. There we go.